back in 2020, I saw a lot of people being put under a strong delusion, and they were making a lot of bad choices for their health and for their bodies. And right now, within the last, I would say 30 days, I'm seeing a lot of people making a lot of bad choices again. And it seems like it's another strong delusion, but it's actually happening within the church. So that's a really, really scary reality. And it's not on a small scale. This is a global scale. And when we first approached 2020 and we were looking into finding the truth on these jabbity jabs that they wanted to give us, this is a whole different ballgame when you're trying to find the truth when you've already found it. So when it goes to the gospel is very simple. And I had somebody in my fellowship actually talking about how it's almost like, he said, it was such a good example. He said, it's almost like we're already in the wedding feast, like in the room, right? Like this big long table and everyone's sitting around. But then like in that beautiful room, right? There's all these doors. And people are just amazed at how beautiful this, feast is and how beautiful the room is. And then they make the mistake of going into one of the other doors. So there's other doors you can go to inside the room. The room's full of doors, basically. It's surrounded by doors. And he's like, people are already here and they already have the truth, right? But then they decide to open up one of these doors and they walk away from the truth. So researching what you researched to find out whether you wanted to take the jabbity jab is totally different than when you're trying to see if we've been lied to about the gospel also. And if we've been lied to about, for example, whether we're actually where we're being told we are at. If the buildings you see from the 1800s are actually buildings from the 1800s. I find it very, very creepy and almost alarming. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I turn off my history, on YouTube, and I never have my history going, because when you have your history, they shoot so much recommended channels your way. And I found that when you turn off your history, there's not that propaganda of like so much stuff, because it's like so many rabbit holes. It's like, oh, you were interested in, Cabo. Okay, well, guess what? Let's send you to Cancun and let's show you all these different tropical places. And it's like, I don't like that. So to eliminate the distractions, I would say, I turn off history on YouTube. I never have it going. So I, on this channel, have shared other people's videos. And it seemed like they were on the same, wavelength. And they were going on the same direction as I was going, right? But it seems like there's a division happening right now. And there's somebody's video that I shared, and I think I've shared multiple videos of theirs on this channel. And I feel responsible now to come forward because I don't agree with the way that things are headed. And I've been quiet. Like, I haven't said anything, right? But then these other people are going along saying these things, and by me not saying anything, I'm basically feeling like I'm going along with it, which I'm not going along with it. And I'm going to be more direct with you guys. So I was on my YouTube, and like I said, I keep history off, right? Well, YouTube, for some weird reason, recommended this YouTube channel called My Lunch Break, right? And I clicked on the video and I was like, wow, this is so crazy that these buildings from the 1800s, the architecture, and it's just like, I never really truly appreciated the architecture of those buildings that we no longer build, for whatever reason. I don't know if it's economics or just time-saving purposes. It's just very, very strange. So I clicked on this video, I watched it, and then it almost like opened up a door, of like wondering if they've lied to us about history and what really is the truth. And like all these buildings have been, suspiciously burned and all of these things. And I watched it for like a few days, and I was wondering what he was trying to get across, because he was like, well, the old world, and like, they're lying to us about the old world. The problem here is that opens up a door of trying to get people to believe that the millennial reign, the 1,000 years, has already happened. And now we are in what you would call Satan's little season. And that's when you're seeing, I think it's in Revelation chapter 22, where the millennial reign happens for 1,000 years, and then Satan is loosed for a short while to deceive. And these people are believing that these buildings were from the millennial reign, from the 1,000-year reign. And it's like, I just couldn't believe that just seeing those videos, right? Like the recommended video, it opened up this door of like, to some people, of making them believe something totally different. And there's a channel that I had recommended that now believes that. And I want to come forward and say that I do not believe that. I know for a fact that Revelation is literally happening right now. And we are in the book of Revelation, and it's not, we're at the end of the millennial reign, and that they're saying that he's not coming back now and that we don't have to expect his coming. I really want everyone on this channel to understand that there's so much deception going on right now, that like I'm telling everybody on this channel, I used to binge YouTube, okay? All day long while I was taking care of my kids, while I'm cooking, I'm listening and just continuing to feed on all of this stuff, right? And it almost became like an addiction. Like I have a hard time folding laundry without like listening to something. And I started trying to listen to just music or the Bible, audio Bible. There's so much stuff you can hear, but what I want to get across to everybody on this channel is a firm warning that right now, where we're at on the journey, you have to be so cautious and so careful on what you're opening yourself up to, because I'm seeing people become anti-Messiah. I'm seeing people now claiming that, Jesus was like a prophet. He wasn't really the Son of God. He was just, an incredible, extraordinary man. And we should really, quote him on all of his amazing things that he said in the Bible. There's so many people right now that are falling away. And there's, people that have told me in my fellowship that they believe that the wheat is being separated from the chaff right now. And so I want to come on here and give a firm warning. Like, this is a scary, scary time for the church. Like, if you're listening to this stuff, please turn it all off and go back to the word, because we're basically like walking on very slippery ice right now. And the only way you're going to be able to walk without falling right now is if you stay inside the word. If you are seeing these videos about these old buildings, please turn them off. I know what that is now. It is a way of getting people to fall away and to start believing other doctrine. And he said that, if you're not looking up and if you're not watching for his coming, that you're going to miss it. And, it'll come on you like a thief in the night. What do you think Satan is trying to do right now? get everyone to be like, yeah, he's coming back, or be like, hey, everything's returned back to normal. And in the 1800s, we were supposed to have a rapture trigger event. That's what the dispensation of grace and all of that, that whole like pancake of problems that they created. It's telling people that there needs to be a rapture trigger event. But when it says that he's going to come like a thief in the night, when people are eating and drinking, giving in marriage and marrying, and all these things are happening, right? Like wonderful times are happening, right? It doesn't talk about while the mark of the beast is happening, he's going to suddenly come, and none of that is true. So now that we're returning back to normal, people are like, oh, we're in the clear, we're good. We don't need to keep looking and watching, and let's check out these other doctrines since this one didn't come through. And I just want you guys to know that it's during a time of peace. It's during a time of great times. Like it says, they'll say peace and security, and then sudden destruction. So it's not sudden destruction and then coming to get us. None of that's true. So unless you read the word, which I've told everybody on this channel, please read the word for yourself. Because once you read the word, you're going to know when all of these false doctrines are coming, where they're coming from. You're never going to know someone's lying to you until you know what the truth is. And the truth is his word. So before you binge listening to anyone's ideologies or their theories that they're going off of now that we're, waiting and stuff is returning back to normal, I need everyone to understand that in the days of Noah, there wasn't like drizzling happening and stuff. And then he was like, okay, let me start making a boat. Or, it started flash flooding and he's like, hey, I think we should all get in. No, he went in 7 days before anything happened. He was inside that boat for 7 days. Can you imagine living inside of a dirty, disgusting, smelly boat for 7 days with all those animals pooping? Like, ugh. I mean, I wouldn't even want to be in there for like an hour, let alone a week. He was in there for a week before it even started raining. So, and what about like Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot and his wife? Did it start like raining down crazy amounts of, the sulfur balls, like, the brimstone? And they're like, oh my gosh, we all got to get out of here. And the angels like grabbed a umbrella, to protect them and like, hey, get under here. We're going to take you out of the city. We know the way out. There's a stampede happening over there in the at the gateway. Come over here and grab this rope. No, they took them out and then destruction happened. So as things return back to normal, you need to be like, oh, great. This is going to be when he comes like a thief. This is the sign we're looking for. And I want everyone to be encouraged. It's not when all this stuff's taking place. We saw all this stuff happen that's going to lead to his return. Now we're seeing the locusts coming. There's locusts that are coming actually in my area. That's going to be so exciting. I'm so excited. There's going to be locusts here in I think less than a month. Well, I think it's coming in April. And that's just around the time that we see the Great American Eclipse. I saw the first one and I'm definitely going to see the second one. And there is so much there. Okay, the first eclipse had it went through seven Salem cities, like throughout the country. This next one goes through 6 Ninevehs. And it's literally 40 days before Passover. And in the story of Jonah, they literally had 40 days to repent. So I think right now is like the final moments of like repentance. And if people don't repent, there is going to be horrible, horrible judgment that comes. So while everybody thinks like, oh, we're all good now because things are returning back to normal and we'll start looking for him again when stuff starts heating up again. No, you need to be looking for him right now. And as Satan is trying to get you to look at all these buildings and all of these things and looking back and trying to come up with a new theory of what's taking place, I know for a fact he is coming. And with everything turning back to normal, This is what we are looking for. So they've already done stuff like change the genome and tamper with the D to the, N to the, A. That is like the one thing, like when you read his word, that upset him the most. Back in Genesis, he literally regretted making us. He literally regretted his creation because they mingled their seed with the seed of the fallen angels. Now, we all know that these things that they gave people around 4 years ago, no, it's like 3.5 years ago, 3.5 years ago. We all know that these things that they gave people tampered with that. And his judgment is going to be coming. And right now, it's repentance. It's staying away from all of these YouTube channels. Stay away from them. I feel like there's spirits, for real, like not good ones. Dark spirits that are attached to these videos, and you're supposed to be protecting your gates, like your ears and your eyes. And when you're listening and watching this stuff, I really think it's opening up you or her or him to these spirits. So I'm staying away from them because I can feel it in my spirit. Stay the heck away from that. Don't open that. Don't watch that. Because I started feeling very strange when I was watching it. So there is these things right now that are putting people under strong delusions because they didn't love what? They didn't love the truth. They didn't love his word. So please, 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 when I'm looking at his word, I'm seeing that the reason people are put under a strong delusion in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 is because they didn't love the truth. They walked away. They opened up the door in the wedding feast room and walked out. And we're like, hey, let's explore the mansion. Let's go into a different room. Let's see what's in that one. And you can't, you walk away. You're no longer a part of the wedding feast. So if you guys have the time, I highly recommend reading 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, because I think that thing is seriously jumping off the pages. Like, that is where we're at right now. And so if you don't want to be put under a strong delusion, like from Yah, it's important that you're trying to follow his ways by following his commandments and his laws, not because we have to, because we want to. When you're thinking about your spouse and being faithful to them, you don't do it because you have to. If you love your spouse, you do it because you want to. So I want to follow his laws and his commandments because I love him and because I want to, because I know they're good for me. And so once you start following him and having a relationship with him, those things come along with having a relationship, just like being on time for dinner. Those are just expectations of a relationship. There's some expectations he has for us, and they're literally for our good. So I'm not going to rant and rave about that, but I just think that if we're following him and we have a love for the truth, which is his word, we will be protected in this time. I'm seeing people being put under strong delusion inside the church. And I don't know, because people are like, hey, there's a separation happening right now between the wheat and the chaff. And he talks about it in Matthew where he says, like, right before he comes, he separates them and he puts the wheat in his barn. There's nothing good you're going to find with those videos. And I guarantee you that. There's no reason right now to look into other things. Continue down the path, the narrow path, and don't get off at this exit. Like, we're on a highway right now and everyone's like, it's been a while. I kind of have to go to the bathroom and maybe I'll grab a drink and some chips. Let's get off at this exit and see what they have. Please do not leave the highway. Continue down the narrow, straight path. Do not go to the left nor the right. Remember, he says that in his word. Neither go to the left nor the right. That's exiting off the highways. Okay? We don't want to go either way. We want to continue down this narrow path. And when there's things that come up, we're like, hey, check out this this building from 1800s. How about no? How about I'm going to go to his word and find the truth there? Because Paul says that if anyone preaches another gospel to you or says that these things have already happened, that they're literally causing a deception, and he's like, don't listen to them. These things have not happened yet. So I will post in the description box those scriptures where he says those things, because I feel like they're very, very powerful. And right now, this is a time where, like, if you're not in the word daily, I'm scared. I'm scared for you, for real. Like, I'm not even lying about this. Right now, the church is being put under strong delusion if you're not loving the truth. There's a delusion happening right now. So I just want to say, I do not support anybody who's going off the path and saying that, hey, we're in Satan's little season, or this stuff is, what we're following is wrong, and he's actually, he's not the son of God, and he's the anti-Messiah agenda. No, thank you. I'm going to stick to the word, because there's the blessed hope, and I would never walk away from the Messiah. The reason that I'm actually saved is because he actually saved me. I didn't hear a preacher. I didn't have anything else happen to me. I was going to get an abortion, and he stopped me because he knew there was, like, I was at the end of my life. I was hoping for death. I mean, people were like, you're going to die in the path you're going. And I was like, I hope I do. I really, really hope I die. Because if I don't have to wake up tomorrow and I don't have to drink, and it could all just go away. Because I was so bad. Like, I was in such bad torment. I would never walk away from him. And it breaks my heart that people are willing to walk away, because he is the only hope we have. You're never going to get there without him. So the anti-Messiah agenda, totally against it. Satan's little season, completely against it. I'm staying on that same path I was staying on before, because I know that kept me from the delusion of taking the jibbity jib jab. I am staying away from all of that, and I'm going to continue in his word, and I'm going to await his coming. And as the summer comes, oh my goodness, can you imagine like how much more normal things will be? It's like, okay, well, if things are going to continue being normal, I'm waiting for, the whole marrying, giving marriage, hanging out, enjoying life, eating and drinking. This is turning out to be a really, really good time, because I'm like, we are so close. So stay off these videos, please, please. I don't even feel like it's me telling you this. Please stay off the videos. It's a strong delusion that you will place yourself under. There's spirits attached to these things. Right now, we cannot just click on any link and be like, well, I just want to check it out. You are opening that door, and you do not want to know what's going to come out and come into your life because of that. No. So please stay off the videos. Please stay in your word. And I guess I'm going to come out with some more videos on this topic, because it seems to be the hot topic right now, is like, hey, he didn't come. Let's go see what other bandwagon we can jump on. It's like we're all waiting at the bus stop, and he's like, hey, when you see the dawn, know that I'm about to be there. And everybody's like, oh, well, it's really dark right now, so let's just go find, another bus stop that has like maybe lights and is heated. Let's go over there. You're not going to be getting picked up if you're walking away right now. Like, it's been 3 years that we've been sticking with this. Why would you walk away now? So don't be a part of the great falling away. Continue reading the word. And I'm telling you right now, I don't watch videos on YouTube anymore. For real. I don't click on them, because I know how dangerous the time is right now that we're in. It is a dangerous, dangerous time. When you click on something at this point, you're choosing that. I feel like we had these 3 years of like finding out the truth and stuff, but it's like he really wanted us to be like going towards him and seeking him. And if you don't seek first the kingdom, and you're seeking first this kingdom and what information you can find about this place, I think you're walking away from the truth. Because this place that we're in currently, the place that you're seeing in this picture right here, in my video of my yard, this is Satan's realm. What you're going to find here is lies. And I told people this like, umpteen videos ago. You're never going to find the truth following a liar. So trying to find the truth here is just a worthless endeavor. It's so stupid. Try to find the truth in the word. He is the only truth. You're never going to find the truth here. There's so many deceptions and lies, and trying to find the truth here is not looking up. So I love you guys. And I want you guys to continue waiting for him and anticipating such a wonderful thing that's coming. And as your life returns more normal, don't lose the anticipation. Know that that is the sign we're looking for. We are looking for things to be like the days of Noah, eating and drinking, marrying, given in marriage. These are the things we're looking for, not restrictions, lockdowns. He didn't say that. He didn't say any of those things. Things are returning to normal because he's coming. I love you guys. Bye.